And I'm so happy to have all you guests and supporters here. The event is called Wealth Spark Unveiled, a special afternoon with James Parker. And we are also online live streaming. So we've got Facebook and Unity Chicago's, and also James Parker's um, Facebook is also we're live streaming. Unity Chicago is hosting this event, and we are here at 5959 North Sheridan Road. For those of you um, live streaming watching this, and we hope that you join us in the future. Our website is www.unitychicago.org. And I want to thank also the bookstore that is with us today, and we will be selling books after this event. The owners, Beverly Dworkin and Don Ramus, are here from Afterwards Bookstore. They are at 23 East Illinois Street here in Chicago, and their website is after.words, WORDS, chicago.com. So we want to thank them as well. So we appreciate all the support that we have. The book today is the Wealth Spark book, thewealthsparkbook.com by James Parker, who's also our senior minister. Before I introduce him, I would like to read the dedication in the book, which is in the beginning on Roman numeral 4, if you're interested. But I think it's a very powerful dedication, and I think it's a great way to start this off before I introduce James Parker. So, to the warriors of dreams, to the relentless hearts pulsing with ambition, to the daring souls who seize the grit of challenge and emerge stronger, this volume is your beacon. To you who stared into the eyes of adversity, laughed, and declared, "Is that all you've got?" This blueprint of wealth creation is your sword and shield. To you who believe in the magnificent allure of potential and the intoxicating promise of prosperity, may this book become more than mere paper and ink. Let it be the spark that ignites the wildfire of wealth within you. Let it be your compass guiding you towards your treasure. Let it be your catalyst transforming potentiality into tangibility. Dare to dream, dare to act, dare to retire, dare to conquer. This is your hour. This is your catalyst. The future of wealth is in your hands. Super powerful, right? So, with that said, Mr. James Parker is with us today. As many of us know, but maybe online you're not familiar, he's the senior minister and CEO of Unity Chicago and inspirational changemaker. What you may not know is that James has an extensive entrepreneurial and leadership background across multiple industries, including telecommunications, real estate, business consulting, and the restaurant and hospitality business. Today, he will tell you about his new book, The Wealth Spark, which Book Life refers to as a groundbreaking guide to holistic wealth, blending personal growth with financial acumen. So I take the floor to you. Thank you.
Ah, ah, thank you. Thank you all so much. Well, she said a mouthful. Thank you, Carol. I just want to thank Afterwards Books again for coming and being with us. Derek, thank you for being here. There's so many people to thank. In fact, I can go around and thank each one of you individually for just being a part of my experience and being a part of this igniting energy of the Wealth Spark. So I wanted to talk to you today really about igniting the wealth within. And I'm going to talk really a little bit about my own journey and my vision for the Wealth Spark. How many of you have ever pondered the power of a simple spark? A mere flicker, seemingly insignificant, yet capable of illuminating the darkest skies. It's remarkable how a single spark can transform everything it touches. bringing light to places where there was none. Today, I want us to celebrate not just this book, but a journey ignited by such a transformative spark. More than 20 years ago, I embarked on a path that was as daunting as it was exhilarating. My call into ministry was no clear, straightforward path. Imagine standing before a crowd, your heart pounding, words struggling to escape. I felt that every time I stood up on the stage or spoke to someone. Each time I spoke, it was like facing a giant wave, or it must have been like what Moses felt when he faced the burning bush. Yet, those moments of intense fear and doubt, I stumbled upon a profound truth. It was then that I discovered the well spark within me. You see, my journey and the essence of the well spark can be likened to a raw, uncut diamond. It's precious, yet demanding unwavering faith, persistence, and hard work. Like a diamond in its uncut state, my promise, it held, my path held a promise, a potential that had yet to be revealed. It didn't glitter at first, nor was there some, some eye-catching experience, but its value was undeniable. In every challenge I faced, every stutter and moment of stress and anxiety, I could sense something at work in me. Some of us call it a divine spark. Some of us call it the spirit of God. But whatever that higher sense was, I knew it was at work, sculpting not just my abilities, but also my very consciousness and soul. It was it was one of these experiences that I could tell where I was being shaped and polished. My rough edges were being taken off. And it was something that was purposeful. Well, each facet of my journey reflected a story, a unique story of struggle, pain, and triumph. This journey was arduous and demanding, pushing the very limits of my endurance. But like a diamond, it was this very pressure, this testing, that something extraordinary was crafted from something raw. You see, the well spark is more than just a testament to my journey. It's a symbol of the journey awaiting each one of us. We are all uncut diamonds possessing an inner wealth, a potential waiting to be sculpted and polished. This book is simply an attempt, a humble attempt to offer tips and tools, guidance, and insights to cut, shape, and polish the journey of anyone seeking a life of holistic wealth and abundance. Some of you may be wondering, what is this wealth spark? Well, the wealth spark igniting your path to abundance and success is it's more than just ink on paper or something you read on a digital screen. It's a journey into the heart of true abundance. It's about more than just the wealth that you find in the bank account. It's about a different kind of wealth, a wealth that is holistic and all-encompassing, abundant and pure. One, one that is reflected by the tips, strategies, and practices that are in the book. One that allows you to come into a powerful knowing of a wealth mindset, positive life habits, and decisive action. In it, you will find a host of life-changing techniques like affirmations and visualization, persistence and gratitude, daily routines, and celebrating small wins. We use those in the book because those are the ways to establish financial success, personal growth, meaningful relationships, sustained success, purposeful living, and greater well-being. To live a happy, loving, joyful, and all-around enduring life and legacy. You see, this book is a compass filled with stories, wisdom, revelations, guiding you to explore the depths of your being, unlocking the boundless blessings life has in store for you, igniting your path, passions, purpose, and prosperity. In the Bible, there's this wonderful concept that says we must focus on what is true, noble, and praiseworthy so that we can always allow ourselves to remain focused, optimistic, and positive so that we can come into an awakening. The question becomes, are you ready for an awakening? You see, the idea here is that we have to come forth in a way that allows us to bring our very highest self into manifestation. And this book is a meditation on these qualities: truth, nobility, praiseworthiness, leading you to the truth of your divine abundance, the nobility of your purpose, the beauty that lies in the power of being aligned with the universe's grand design. Are you ready to bring forth that transformative awakening? An awakening that calls you to question, to seek, and to ignite your own unique spark. Are you ready to receive the keys to the limitless abundance, joy, and fulfillment so that you can achieve your goals and reach for your highest dreams? In the book, I tell a story of Roger Bannister. This is just one of the many narratives in the book that perfectly captures the journey of one's wealth spark. Before May 6, 1954, experts believed that it was impossible to run a mile in 4 minutes. The physical barrier alone seemed insurmountable, a limit set by nature itself, they said. But Bannister, a young medical student, he held a different belief. He believed that he could hold his vision, bring it forward, dedicate himself to unwavering faith and persistence, and reach his goal. Bannister always worked toward this process, working hard each day, learning, growing, initiating these techniques. Then, on a windy day in Oxford, England, Bannister did the unthinkable. He ran a mile in 3 minutes, 59.4 seconds, shattering perceived limitations and transforming the world of athletics forever. His daily practice, his positive mindset, his gratitude toward every small win shaped his journey. This feat of his was more than just a physical triumph. It was a testament to the power of belief and the potential that lies within each one of us. Bannister's journey embodies the essence of the Wellspark. It's the belief in our own potential, the courage to challenge the status quo, and the persistence to transform our visions into reality. So I ask again, are you ready? Ready to ignite your own wealth spark? Are you prepared to take this, embark on a journey that is not just about prosperity, but about unparalleled wealth and abundance? If so, the moment is now for your transformation. The threshold where possibility meets action. The moment where you embrace your own power within and step boldly into a future brimming with potential, where you forge a legacy and transcend the ordinary. Friends, your path to success and abundance is right here, right now. Heaven exists right here, right now. As Carol so eloquently put it earlier, dare to dream, dare to act, dare to reach higher, dare to conquer. This is your hour. This is your spark. The future of wealth, love, happiness, wholeness, and purpose are in your hands. Take advantage of these opportunities that you're given by the Spirit of God, because you would not be here if it wasn't meant for you to receive it. Allow yourself to come forth into this new nature of experiencing your highest and very best. Will you do it with me? So I'm going to read a few excerpts. Do you guys mind if I read to you? I'm going to read to you some of my favorite parts. And I'm sure some of you are going to say, yeah, that's Rev. I'm good. Yeah. So this first section I'm going to read to you is called Limiting Beliefs and How to Overcome Them. As someone striving for abundance and success in all areas of my life, I have come to appreciate the significance of cultivating a wealth mindset. I'm on my page may be different from yours. So this is one of my early prints. It's on page 6 with me, but if you want to follow. Limiting beliefs and how to overcome them. Got it? For me, this means cultivating positive thoughts that focus on possibilities instead of limitations or scarcity. It means dispelling any limiting beliefs that could be stopping me from reaching my objectives or realizing my full potential. Limiting beliefs are negative thoughts or perceptions we hold about ourselves or the world around us that can become deeply embedded and prevent us from reaching our full potential. Fortunately, these limiting beliefs can be overcome and replaced with a wealth mindset. The initial step in combating limiting beliefs is acknowledging them. I ask myself questions such as, what negative beliefs do I hold about myself, my abilities, or the world around me? Do I believe that I am not good enough or smart enough to achieve my goals? And does the world seem harsh and unforgiving where success only belongs to a select few? By acknowledging these thoughts, I can begin challenging them and moving toward a wealth mindset. I'm going to move to another on page 45. Techniques for visualization and affirmation. Our journey begins in the depths of a grand library, rich with wisdom and knowledge from countless generations. This place we are exploring is no ordinary section. It's the mind's collection of tools and techniques for visualization and affirmation. When we first step into the visualization chamber of this library, we encounter various volumes and scrolls, each representing a unique technique. Each one of these is a unique path through the labyrinth of the mind, a way to visualize our dreams and ambitions. It's like a paintbrush dipped in the vibrant hues of your imagination, ready to create a masterpiece on the canvas of your mind. We'll study the mysteries of guided visualizations, a technique like ancient cartographies, like an ancient cartographer's map guiding us to manifest our dreams into reality. Similarly, we'll grasp the power of vision boards, tools that turn our aspirations into tangible visual reminders, anchoring us firmly on our path towards success. Next, we transition into the affirmation atrium of this grand library. Here, the shelves are lined with techniques that harness the power of positive self-talk, acting as our inner cheerleaders. Like a skilled composer turning their instrument, these techniques help us fine-tune our thought patterns, turning dissonant notes of self-doubt into a harmonious symphony of self-belief. I love that section. And I want to thank Diane Valletta, my editor, who helped me with that section. Give Diane a hand, everyone. Finally, I want to take you through one last section. This is Unleashing the Power Within on page 74. I'm going to start at the bottom of the page. In the face of intense competition, injuries, and personal setbacks, Williams, and we're talking about Serena Williams here, exemplifies the mindset of a champion. She maintains an unshakable belief in her abilities, relentlessly pushes herself to new heights, and embraces the challenges that come with being at the top of her game. Williams' mindset, coupled with her actions and work ethic, has propelled her to numerous Grand Slam victories and solidified her status as a true icon in the world of sports. These narratives, among countless others, serve as reminders that the mindset we adopt shapes our actions and, in turn, our destiny. It is a mindset that recognizes the power of belief, resilience, and determination, the core ingredients for unleashing our full potential. To cultivate a mindset for action, we must first embrace the power of self-belief. It is the unwavering confidence in our abilities, our dreams, and our capacity to overcome obstacles that propel us forward. As Henry Ford once said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Our beliefs have the power to shape our reality, and by adopting a mindset of possibility and self-assurance, we set the stage for taking bold and decisive action. So these words in this book really came from the depth of my heart. I worked on it for a long time, but it wasn't the work that I was doing physically. It was the work in prayer, in meditation, in seeing my consciousness as a beacon to bring forth a greater awareness. And so when I share these book and these excerpts, what I'm really trying to do is to bring forth a greater awareness on our planet. I really see that we all have a way of making a difference in the world. And this is just my simple way. But I'm hoping that through this kind of work that we can all begin to cultivate a way to do it on our own. So again, dare to dream, dare to act, dare to reach higher, dare to conquer. This is your hour. This is your spark. The future of wealth, love, wholeness, purpose are in your hands. So thank you all for being here, and here's to our journey together. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. There's more? Okay.
Okay.
So this is your opportunity to ask questions, and Rita has the hand mic that she will be going around. But for now, does anyone have any questions for James?
Anyone but Reverend Derek.
Hello, everyone. My name is Topeka. Um, I am here by divine purpose, as you said earlier in your introduction. And um, I'm in that space that you were in like 20 years ago during the process and awakening the spark within myself. Um, has been a journey. But my question to you is, how long did it take for the alignment to subside, if you will?
For the what to subside?
Alignment, when
Oh.
you recognize the divinity within and um, cleaning out the muck, if you will, the internal muck, thoughts, belief systems, limiting beliefs, and all of those things. Just as your timetable, because I know that each of us are different. How long was that process?
Yeah, that's a very good question, and I'll tell you why. Because the moment we become awakened to the alignment is when the change happens. But often we have to catch up with it. We have to catch up with it because our own capacity, more than often, is still stuck in a place in the past or in those limiting beliefs and thoughts. So I would say it starts the moment you have the awareness, but at the same time, that is the moment that you feel the blessing. That is the moment that it becomes real for you. And so I would say to anyone who reaches that point where they're saying to themselves, how do I get to the alignment? I would say, first, celebrate the idea that you got there to that point of asking that question. And then from there, I would say, begin to work on, using gratitude, affirmations, and visualization, and many techniques and tools that are out there that many of us ministers talk about every week. But you're on the right track if you came to that point. So thank you for your question.
But you didn't answer my question.
Oh, to give it to me again.
I said, how long was the process?
The whole process?
Yeah, like with writing the book, or you?
I'm still in the process.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how to answer that one. Yeah, the process doesn't end. Yeah. You're welcome.
Teresa, and then Eileen.
I just wonder if it ever begins to feel easy, or is it always like this push and this struggle and this fighting? Do you ever reach a point where, I don't know, somehow the two harmonize? You're still always trying to be better, but it just doesn't feel like that. The
Yeah,
struggle.
yeah, that's another good question. It does get easy. It absolutely gets easy, and as it gets easy, it gets better. But I will also say that when we signed on as true students, when we became aware of our divinity, we signed up to be lifelong learners. And so, yeah, the process gets easy because we gain more wisdom. We come into more perspective. We begin to perceive better. Our faith begins to kick in into a knowing. And so the challenges begin to subside. But that won't stop the people on the outside to see your light from coming at you. The more you shine, the more people will come to you. That doesn't mean they're going to be bad people. It just means that you will be fielding more experiences and expressions.
Thank you.
Okay, and just a reminder that if you're online, you can submit your questions as well, but then we're on YouTube and Facebook, so you can submit your question and we'll take it. Eileen has a question.
Welcome back, Reverend Parker. So nice to see you. And I do enjoy having your book. And I haven't started reading it, but I'm looking forward to start reading it. I just wanted to know overall, how long did it take? I know you say as far as publishing and everything, did this happen over a period of years when you got the thought to write it, and then the accumulation of all the things in your life, your background? What was the accumulation?
Yeah, the book itself started a long time ago. It was probably, I don't know, a little less than a decade ago. The idea, I wrote down a title almost a decade ago, and the title was The Wealth Catalyst, right? Diane knows that. And so, I put it down, and I went on with my life. I had a lot going on, and you kind of get stuck in a place. And then one day around September 2022, that title showed up in front of me.
Okay.
And it showed up in front of me at a time when I was seeking a greater path, a greater understanding. And when we put something out there, the universe will find the perfect time and the perfect place for us to get in the flow of it. And so I started writing last October 2022, and it took about a year to finish.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank
Congratulations. So will we be looking forward to a second book? This is the first one, so
that was
becoming an author.
That was a Reverend Derek question.
Oh, Reverend Darrell. He
See,
did his job this
yeah,
morning. Wonderful
yeah.
service. Thank you.
Hello,
Hello.
I'm Jeanette Spencer, and I would like to thank you for allowing me to be a part of your journey.
Yes.
I find you very exhilarating and an honor to be part of your life history.
Yeah.
And I'm so blessed to know you. I just want to say, hey.
Yeah.
keep
Hey.
coming.
It's mutual.
I just love it.
It's mutual, my dear. I truly enjoy knowing you, and it's been a heck of a journey for the two of us together.
Yeah. So I enjoy whatever you do, especially your words are so fulfilling of life and sharing. And it always gives me a spark
Yeah.
every time you talk.
Thank you. Thank you for that. You bless me.
Thank you, Jeanette. It's so good to always see you. Let's see, Jeff. I see Jeff's hand.
Congratulations on your book.
Thank you.
It's a wonderful achievement, and we're all blessed by it. The question I have is, what do you say to people who understand the principles that we're talking about? There's a lot of people who have read prosperity books before, and
Speak up a little, Jeff.
and still continue to compare their experience to the experience others are having of prosperity,
Yeah,
and have trouble separating that.
Yeah, that's the old Garden of Eden tale, right? That's the beginning of time, my friend. So yeah. Are you talking about in the work that we're doing, or in general?
I'm just thinking of myself.
Okay, so
As usual.
yeah.
Joke.
So there's the beauty of what you said, Jeff, is that every one of us is on the path. We're just on different places on that path. I can remember being that person who was kind of stuck in my past or my past ways or in the ways that I was taught by my parents' religion, and not knowing principles yet, but just kind of getting engaged with myself. I think it takes a kind of a feeling out process where we come into our own awareness, where the light, comes on, and we're like, oh my God. For me, that was learning that the Spirit of God lived within me. For some people, it takes more detail, more depth. But our principles are created for people to work on them in their own time, to find their way to the path. Some people never actually will. And it's not for us to pity them or to feel sorry for them. It's for us to continue to hold the high watch, continue to hold a consciousness of light and love for everyone we encounter, and pray that in their own time and in their own way, the Spirit will show them where exactly they need to be and to go. But as far as like having a feeling or a judgment or something about how someone shows up, that we can't, none of us can do, because we were there as well, all of us at some point. I see you have a second question.
Yeah, I have plenty of questions. It's
You don't have to
it's
have a
just
question.
advice about what you can do to stop the activity of comparing your experience to the experience other people are having.
Oh,
How-
stop comparing.
Yes, stop comparing. I mean, I think that's just, we're faced with these images of vast wealth
Yeah,
in our world all the time.
sure.
And so how do you let go of those images and just have your own experience?
The images of vast wealth.
Other people's vast prosperity experiences compared to our own. How do we stop comparing?
Yeah, in the book, in my book, in chapter 2, it's titled "Habits of Successful People," and it's purposely there because many things that successful people have done can be a model or an example for things that we should be doing. It'll fast track us. It'll get us through some of the hurdles to a place where we can begin to work on our habits to bring forth the success we need. But absolutely, there are some of us who compare ourselves to these vast experiences, or these people out here who have vast wealth. I don't necessarily believe that that not comparing ourselves is the solution. I believe the solution for me is to always stay grounded and centered on who I am and whose I am. That I'm a child of God, that I have my own unique nature and power, and that power is just as vast and enormous as that person I may be comparing myself to. I don't think, if you were to ask me, what do we do about comparing ourselves to the vast wealth that's out here, I would say I'm still doing it. I compare myself to the enormity that's within me. When I don't compare myself, when I don't see myself as an unlimited presence and power of God, as a co-creator of the universe, at that moment I'm snubbing myself. I'm putting myself down. So I want us to compare ourselves to the Spirit of God. So anything beneath that wouldn't matter anyway, right? I mean, we're co-creators with the one presence, one power, and that is as vast as it gets.
And just one more quick comment is I tried to get the book used, but no one's returned it yet.
That's a good thing.
That's good news.
Yeah.
Okay, and we can take more questions, but what time is it? I just want to make sure we're mindful of the time. Does anyone have the time? Okay. So 5-10 more minutes.
I wanted to say, first off, congratulations for the book. I apologize if you already answered this question in the book already, but I haven't had time to read it yet. But I wanted to ask you, what do you think the difference is between destiny and going out and getting it, or allowing things to come to you, or versus not thinking that you have ultimate superpowers to get whatever you want, but also still having the determination to do that as well, or destiny, or just allowing things to happen how they're supposed to, or whatever.
Yeah. That's a big question, Gene. Where'd you get that from, huh? We got to come to church more often for that. So yeah, that's another one of those Adam and Eve questions. That one of those beginning of time ideas. So there's always been a sort of push and pull when it comes to whether we wait on the Lord or we put feet to our faith. Which is kind of what you're saying, we wait on our destiny to unfold, or we get moving and bring about the change that we desire. And I would say that both concepts work. As universal beings, in the absolute sense, there is no dual nature. There is no destiny versus putting feet to your faith. It just is, and we are. But when we speak relatively, we then have to parse it out. We have to see that part of our job as spiritual beings is to pray and wait for our prayers to be answered. Another part of our job as spiritual beings, though, is to get into action with bringing forth our manifestations, and that would happen in ways like gratitude. Gratitude is putting feet to our faith. It's saying that what we already possess is a blessing. Affirmations are another action that we take where we're moving our feet, because we are reprogramming our subconscious mind and allowing ourselves to be more optimistic, more positive, and to bring the light into our lives. Also, visualizing, when we start our own little mind movie and we begin to create the reality that we desire. That's another way of putting feet to our faith. So I would say that there are benefits in both arenas, but I would also say that the moment that we truly come into the awareness of who we are, the moment that we truly, get the handle on the fact that we are children of God. I mean, like, what does that mean to be a child of God? If we are truly children of God, then the earth and everything within it already belongs to us. Now, sure, there's work to be done to get there, as you mentioned. We just can't, pull out our magic wand and say, this is what I want. So that's what makes it such a great question. But the idea in the relative sense is that we do both.
Yeah, and don't apologize for not having read the book. I think a lot of us have not. This is why we're here today. They'll be sold in the next room after this. So some of us did read it, some of us did not. I read it and it was very powerful and very motivating. So I think all of the examples that you gave in the book was very helpful. I think I know this answer, but just so you can explain it, my question to you would be, all of the many examples that you used from people's lives who, had that spark in them. Why did you use so many examples in the book?
Okay. Yeah, that's a good question. So I tell a ton of stories in the book, and the reason why is because I want to give everyone is at a different place in their lives. Everyone can see themselves on a different plane of existence, and so I wanted to tell stories because first of all, you all know I'm a storyteller. I tell stories, and that's. But I tell stories because that's what attracted me to New Thought first. Secondly, I tell these stories because I want readers to see that all of these people at one point were everyday common folk who changed their lives in a way and moved into a different realm and experience. And I kind of said that as I was speaking earlier, each one of us has our own talents, gifts, power, opportunities. We all have a new reality within us that's pulsing to come out. And most times we will push it back in, or we'll stay in a scarcity mindset, when this thing within us, this spark within us, is really wanting to be engaged. And sometimes it doesn't feel like the best feeling. And sometimes it doesn't look like the best look. But if you can sense inside of you that this thing that is waiting to pulse out, to spark, is not only here to love you and benefit you, but to love others and benefit others, then you know you're on the right track. So I tell stories of all of these people because they are also co-creators on this universe. They've also gained an experience that I want to share with you through these stories, so that you can begin to use them to bring forth your very highest and best as well.
Thank you. Yeah, they're beautiful stories. So I think you'll definitely love them and enjoy them. And it's just very powerful how we recognize through these stories that there's lasting results.
Yes.
Michelangelo, Thomas Edison, like hundreds and hundreds of years. So potentially what we do will also, that's the message, I think.
That is thousands of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we can conclude unless anyone has any more final words. And
Go ahead,
I
man.
see something. We're ready. One more question.
First and foremost, congratulations, Reverend Parker. My thoughts are this, as relates to the title of the book being a well spark. We were blessed to have you here at Unity Chicago as a spiritual savant, as God has blessed you to be. Do you view this book as now being a newly author, as being that spark that will now propel you out to share your many messages that we've been blessed to have here as you being our senior minister? Now this spark will propel you out into the world to share the many spiritual wisdoms that you are able to share with not just a limited amount of individuals, but now with the world, because there's a need in the world now for the kind of spiritual wisdom that you do speak.
Thank you, James. I really appreciate that. Yeah. It is. I really feel I'm humbled by the experience. Like I said, I simply wrote down a title a decade ago, and I'm very happy that I was able to sit down and share. To be honest with you, the writing process, I really I really felt like I was, embarking on something that would be very hard and, and elusive. And the more I prayed with it and stayed with it, it just, started to flow. And I felt these cravings. I could go out to grab a coffee or something, and I'd be in the coffee shop, like writing down notes, like I got to get back to my laptop, So it just kind of flowed like that, and it was really a beautiful experience. And so I'm happy that I've had the opportunity to share it, because I always thought in writing, probably for the first 4 or 5 months, that I was just writing it for me, that I was not going to publish anything. I was just going to, kind of get my thoughts out. But then it just kept materializing and kept, showing up. And so it was truly God working in me. And so I'm really humbled by it.
Okay, excellent. And just as a reminder, this is a book for everybody. It's not just for Unity Chicago people or people who are in the New Thought. It's really a powerful book for anyone who wants it. And it is at the wealthsparkbook.com. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. And we will have a reception next door. So if you haven't received your book, feel free to stick around, get your book. James Parker will be signing, and you'll have some refreshments, and we'd love to have you stay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you all.
Thank you,
Thank
James
you.
Parker.
God bless you guys. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Look at you back there. Yeah. Sorry, my coffee and whatnot.
Very good.